ecosystems and civil. I think we've really given it our best shot, and we've really been enjoying ourselves. And I must tonight actually quickly recognize in our midst some of our government officials and our hosts actually. Keep in mind again, we are the House of Commons. And so tonight I make bold to quickly recognize the presence of the MP, Ariel Kayabaga, who recently was appointed as a parliamentary secretary to the Minister of Small Business of the Government of Canada. Ariel, you're welcome. She does such a fantastic job of putting all of us together. So we're really glad to have you here with us tonight. I know I saw Rollins, the councillor from the city of Ottawa, and I'm not sure if he's still here, but I know we've been engaging there. All right, so it's good to also have you here with us. We have John Nelson, our friend, our ecosystem manager and partner from the Counting University of the Sprott School of Business, and that's at the Carleton Innovation. So thank you again, John, for coming. Tonight we're expecting the speaker, and so Mr. Speaker will be joining us, and I'll do a proper introduction to Mr. Thompson. But all right, so it's great to have Mr. Speaker in our midst tonight. Thank you again for coming. The Speaker of the House of Commons, the first Black Speaker of the House of Commons. Thank you again for joining us tonight. You're welcome. All right. Indeed, it's been a rewarding experience for our ecosystem. And I must say that many groups have been meeting, and not just meeting and collaborating and sitting at conferences and discussing, but speaking because they look forward to the advancement of our community, speaking because they are looking to discuss the challenges that we've been faced with, speaking because they are also eager to celebrate our accomplishments, the advancements, and all that we have seen. The new businesses springing up in our communities, the types of new businesses that we didn't even see about 4 years ago. And so it's really been exciting being a part of those discussions across vertical industry sectors, across communities and cities. And I really want to say that tonight, we actually deserve a pat on our backs because we've come this far. And we know that we can only keep going forward. So tonight, it is my pleasure and indeed an honor to represent our CASA Foundation partners at the Black Excellence event tonight. This event is actually happening here for the first time. The House of Commons are in this room. The last time we had it at Gatineau, that's the Canadian Museum of History, and we all came together, and I know a lot of you were there. We really had a sit down, sit down time together, dinner, party, and engagement, robust debates. We're not able to do that tonight on this particular occasion, and I'm sure I'm going to be engaging some of our senior government colleagues in the room after my speech on why we're not able to do that. But isn't it so lovely to actually have been hosted, to be hosted here also? So we thank you again for Minister Richie Valdez and the Office of the Minister of Small Business for making available this particular venue. I do hope you can hear me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we go on with this, the impact of the past decades have been great. But there is no doubt that the past 3 years have been the most significant years in Black Canada, for Black Canadians. It is true that many B3 organizations have been advocating for their constituents and pushing the needle. And other partners have created various funding streams to increase the pool of resources and provide access to resources. But I must say that we really indeed had a watershed moment when the announcement was made. That's a Black Entrepreneurship Program in 2021. We had an announcement. It was really a momentous occasion for us. It was really a game changer, a turning point, I must say. Why do I say so? Before that particular announcement, we had a lot of businesses, we had a lot of groups, we had a lot of ecosystem groups working within the community. But most people were working in silos, so we didn't have a convergence of ideas, a way where we could actually have great conversations about our advancement, about empowerment, about our emancipation, about how we move forward, establish our businesses, grow the businesses, and the groups that are doing very well, how they also support other new groups startup groups and so on. And so that was the dilemma that, it was a major issue for us. But the Black Entrepreneurship Program came on, and then we had ideas. Of course, the ideas had always been there, but people were waiting and looking for platforms to express themselves, the ideas, the concepts, and the businesses that they wanted to run. And so that gave us the impetus we needed. It was like a springboard for us. And so tonight, I really must say that we must congratulate ourselves on what we have achieved so far, because CASA Foundation itself, with its esteemed partners, happened to be one of the initial 30 organizations approved to manage that Black Entrepreneurship Program. It's one of the reasons we're able to do things like this, to bring all of us together, not just online like we were doing before, not just virtually, but actually see ourselves and meet ourselves. There's a difference when we actually come together, and then we're able to talk to ourselves, we engage, we shake our hands, we know what we do, we're not winking in the dark, wondering why nobody's coming to patronize us. We're actually engaging ourselves and having a handshake, because really, you really can't do business with people you haven't met, and that's just it's a simple truth. And so this is what the Black Entrepreneurship Program has actually given us the opportunity to do. But from our partners at the ESG UCAM, that's the University of Quebec at Montreal, so we're in the room tonight, to our partners at Carleton University Innovation Hub, where we have our Black Entrepreneurship Youth Initiative, and to, our partners from University of British Columbia, where we have the Black Advisory Hub, managing founders and entrepreneurs at different provinces of the nation. We are grateful that you have made the project work. And if you really take the bold step to go on the website of the Federal Development Agency of Southern Ontario, I am proud to say that CASA Foundation is recorded here and being celebrated on the Black History Month as one of the organizations that have been able to build capacity within the ecosystem community for over 9,500 people. I must also quickly make mention of our great community leaders, when I say community leaders, including leaders from government, from the private sector, the organized private sector, and also the nonprofit community. I must make mention of how they have continued to show up for us. It's really important to show up. And I'm sure, and this is not cliche for us. Yeah, I know a lot of people talk about, you need to show up, you need to do this and all of that. They actually indeed show up for us. I mean, Mr. Speaker is here tonight. Gabriel Kayabaga is here tonight. The councillor is here tonight. And some of our university partners are here tonight. You are here tonight too. A round of applause. Let me quickly say, ladies and gentlemen, that it is often said that sometimes greatness is born from the fire of adversity or challenges, and we have seen quite a lot of those. However, our confidence is that the hardships and the losses that we have experienced as a people, the failure of some of the Black businesses that we've seen in some, in recent times, past also, the limitations to access, access to capital, access to mentorship, access to resources that we really need for us to succeed in business. These challenges and gaps will continue to fuel our resolve to think of more creative solutions to bridge the social economic gaps that continue to confront us as a people. However, tonight, we must celebrate our beginnings. We must celebrate our recoveries, because a lot of businesses have recovered from, the headwinds and all the things that happened during the pandemic. So we must continue to celebrate the fact that they recovered and that they're back in business. We must also celebrate our giant strides. So in the room tonight, we have a group of people, small businesses, new founders, new startups, doing great things, innovative ideas. And as a collective, we must celebrate that. Celebration is important. Celebration is important. And so I'm sure we'll learn a lot from ourselves tonight as we engage during the networking session, as people begin to come in, and as we listen to all the discussions and the engagements, the panel. It's going to be very soft. I know the MC was trying to, soften that. That's why we have our schools here, so it's not just a full sit-down debate, it's just about 20 minutes. But I really encourage you to listen and take notes if you are able to, with your mobile phones. We look forward to learning a lot from you during dinner. It's going to be a full dinner, so it's not finger food. We're Africans, we're Black Canadians, right? So we're going to enjoy ourselves. It's going to be a networking dinner session. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, I wrap up and I say, let's enjoy the night together tonight and make sure you connect with the next person standing beside you. Thank you again, everyone, for listening. Right. Okay, I'm told I have to bring in, yeah, I need to bring in the MC to do this. All right, those are the managers of time. And so it's important for us to do it right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, tonight it gives me immense pleasure. It's such an honor to bring to the podium our keynote speaker, the Honorable Greg Fergus. We have quite a lot of things to do before then, but I'm told he would love to speak now. So I'm going to introduce him, and I'm not just going to bring him up. You know what I mean? We have to celebrate this, all right? So I'm going to say that you know who Mr. Speaker is, but he was elected as a member of Parliament for Hull and Elmer in 2015, and over the past 25 years, Mr. Fergus has worked in the private, public, and nonprofit and academic sectors. Since moving to Ottawa Gatineau, he has been an advocate for social housing and seniors. He has served as a member of the board of directors of Amel Arms, a residence of semi-retired and retired seniors, and a member of local parish council. Previously, Mr. Speaker was the vice president of the neighborhood association and was also involved with school committees, sports team, organizations promoting regional interests. And Mr. Fergus has actually been a speaker at some of our events at Castle Foundation before now. In 2021, at the height of the pandemic, Mr. Speaker actually was a parliamentary secretary to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and he spoke at Women Inspire Forum in Toronto. That was online, and he got in with us and spoke. We had quite a number of MPs in the room, and he took the time, he spent that time with us on that very day. We were really pleased to have him because he was the only gentleman online, of course, 2021, that was during the pandemic. He was the only gentleman in the room, and he spoke succinctly about the emancipation of the Black community, Black women taking root and making sure that they create businesses that will dovetail and contribute into the national economy, the GDP of Canada, basically. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Speaker is here to support us tonight at this event and to share some views with us on the progress of the Black community. Please welcome with me, Mr. Speaker Greg Fergus.
Bonsoir tout le monde, ça va bien? Quelle soirée. Alors, tout d'abord, chers invités, j'aimerais tout d'abord reconnaître ma collègue de la Chambre des communes, la secrétaire parlementaire Ariel Kayabaga, qui est non seulement secrétaire parlementaire, mais elle est aussi la présidente du caucus des parlementaires noirs du gouvernement. Alors, bravo Ariel pour tout votre travail. Vous êtes au cours de votre mandat. Et j'ai hâte de vous voir dans notre prochain performance canadien. Alors, bravo Ariel. C'est un grand privilège pour moi d'être ici durant le mois de l'histoire des Noirs. Tout d'abord, je peux reconnaître que nous sommes situés sur le territoire non cédé de la nation algonquine-anishinaabe, qui est située sur ces lieux depuis de temps immémoriaux. Et le mois de l'histoire des Noirs nous rappelle les contributions des Canadiens noirs qui, à travers l'histoire, ont contribué à bâtir le pays que nous connaissons aujourd'hui. It's one thing that was just said that I thought was so intelligent by our previous speaker was when he said, we didn't come this far just to come this far. And I think that's an important message for us to keep on. There is so much more to do. And we've seen this because the contribution of Black Canadians, of the Black community, spans all aspects of Canadian life, from public policy to law, from businesses and entrepreneurship to community activism, medicine, education, science and innovation, and needless to say, as I said, business and entrepreneurship, as so many of you know here today. Black people have been inspiring leaders since the foundation of Canada and long before that. For the past 400 odd years, we have been here building this place which we know as Canada today. But what I find what is so important about Black History Month is that it gives us the opportunity to recognize those who have come before us, to celebrate those who are with us, and to encourage those who are to come and to create more prosperity and greater things for our country. Because Black entrepreneurship is as old as Canada itself. Consider the Blackburn family, who were freed slaves, who escaped slavery, I should say, who were freed voluntarily. They escaped slavery to make their way to Canada and to establish the first taxi service in Toronto. This was a family well ahead of their time. Pensons à Viola Desmond, la grande défenseur des droits civils en Nouvelle-Écosse et au Canada, qui figure sur les billets de la monnaie canadienne. Sachant qu'il était en voyage d'affaires en 1946, et le jour où elle a choisi de prendre une pause pour s'installer dans un cinéma, elle s'est assise dans une place qui était réservée pour les Blancs. Et au moment de son arrestation, pour être là, Viola Desmond était un leader parmi la communauté noire et surtout pour les femmes noires. She owned a beauty salon. She owned a beauty school. She was a well-known businesswoman in Nova Scotia. And she created a line of beauty products which were aimed at Black women. In addition, she was a mentor to many young Black women who were growing up at that time. And I'm certain that many of the entrepreneurs here today are following in Viola Desmond's footsteps by serving as mentors and as role models for the next generation of business people and entrepreneurs. Let's face it, you're not just entrepreneurs, you're leaders. You're true leaders in every sense of the word. Black entrepreneurs operate in all industries, often serving, but not exclusively, the Black and immigrant communities. You contribute to the local economy. You support initiatives, and you were the first to step up to identify and lead social change right here. But you are also leaders who face challenges. Most Black entrepreneurs have had to use personal financing, love, to get their businesses started. When you go for loans, you're refused at a higher percentage than non-Black union members. When you do get loans, you pay a higher interest rate and for smaller amounts of capital. That has to change. And so I'm very pleased that in 2021, the government of Canada had established a Black entrepreneurship program. This was a very important program to give us the opportunity to change the environment around loans that go to Black business people. And it was a way of saying to the financial institutions, you can have different criteria, which they think is race neutral. But we know ends up having the effect that I just pointed out to you before, by not allowing Blacks getting loans, not getting the same kind of loans, the same scope of loans, but certainly not the preferential interest rates. The studies have shown that 3/4 of Black entrepreneurs who find it difficult to secure $10,000 to support operations. And too many of them often don't pay themselves a salary. C'est pour cette raison qu'il est si important que les entrepreneurs noirs et les immigrants bénéficient de l'appui des programmes tels que le programme d'entrepreneuriat pour les communautés noires. Il faut aussi qu'ils bénéficient du réseautage, ce qu'on est en train de faire ici ce soir, et du mentor. Se lancer en affaires, c'est déjà courageux, nous savons tous. Mais les entrepreneurs noirs ne devraient pas se faire aux obstacles et à la discrimination anti-noire. In short, more needs to be done for Black and immigrant entrepreneurs because these leaders do much more than just create jobs and prosperity. They create intergenerational wealth. They create hope and prosperity for people to come. They, frankly, make Canada a better place to live. Friends, there are common themes I hear when I meet with groups during Black History Month. The importance of family, culture, community, and faith. Et beaucoup d'entre nous ont grandi avec des parents qui avaient fait de grands sacrifices et des grands efforts pour nous donner des occasions de réussir et de contribuer. Pensons à eux quand nous nous engageons à lutter contre le racisme anti-noir et à la discrimination. We need Black entrepreneurs to succeed. Canada cannot prosper without the social, the economic, and the personal contributions of all its citizens. So let's commit to continue the work of our predecessors, to break down barriers, and to make Canada a more inclusive and diverse country. To make Canada a place for all individuals, regardless of race, regardless of religion, regardless of gender, regardless of identity, orientation, and so on, and ability, and so on and so forth, to make a contribution to our society and to make their dreams come true. There is so much history. There's so much history to be proud of. And there's so much history that we can learn from, and on which we can build the future. Vous savez, nous avons tous un rôle à jouer. Et nous savons pertinemment bien que dans ces jours historiques, nous sommes en train de questionner la place de la diversité, les bénéfices de la diversité, les programmes qui est d'inclusion. Nous devons dire haut et fort que, écoutez, c'est le temps de redresser les lacunes qui existaient dans l'histoire. The diversity, inclusion, and equity programs of today are not a nice to do. Because the fact is that in the past, people did not take full advantage of the qualities and qualifications of all of the citizens. They left us out. And so it is only time now that we're beginning to say, let us overcome some of those historical obstacles and create opportunities so that in the future we all can make a great contribution to this great country to which we all belong. So, mesdames et messieurs, merci à vous toutes et tous de faire partie de cet effort, cet élan vers un Canada meilleur, un Canada plus inclusif et certainement un Canada plus diversifié. Joyeux mois de l'histoire des Noirs, Happy Black History Month. Merci beaucoup. Vive le Canada!
Appreciate us, speaker. Yes, we are definitely celebrating the leaders here with us, and also to encourage those that are yet to come. Okay, and of course, we are going to make Canada a better place, right? Absolutely. We are already doing it. We'll make it much more better. Thank you so much. Thanks again, Mr. Speaker. We will hold on for the paparazzis to do their job a little bit. I know a lot of us want to take pictures with Mr. Speaker. He comes across as very affable, so you are allowed. Okay, so Laura, take it up.
Well, after such an inspiring speech from Mr. Speaker, I hope that we all feel inspired. And I'm looking forward to invite the next person to take the mic. This woman is as inspiring as Mr. Speaker. She's a Black woman who started in politics, a single mother who made it to become London West. And so I'd like to take the time to welcome Mrs. Ariel Kayababa. Thank you.
Well, good evening, everyone. Speaker, you're stealing our shine and our time now. Please settle down. I'll like the people in the back to get back up. À mon temps, as we would say. Bonsoir tout le monde. How's everybody tonight? Good? Yeah? The end, you know? The 28 days have gone by so quickly. But I'm always excited to celebrate in a room full of Black excellence.
Yes.
I love everybody's looks tonight. Look great. And I love seeing your faces. I love seeing people that I've seen before. Many of you have engaged with in the past. We were just here not too long ago celebrating Black History Month with the government. Hi, Beyonce. Hello. I want to first start by thanking Dr. Violante and her team at CASA Foundation. Can we just give them a round of applause? I always get an email from them, we're doing an event, and they're pulling all of you, and they're creating opportunities for you guys to be able to network, to engage, and it's always very well done. I love coming back because I think it's one of those excellent events and really showcases the excellence in our community and the diversity of our community too, because your businesses are very diverse and your ideas are diverse, the founders are diverse. So it is always a pleasure for me to engage with the CASA Foundation and the team. And I just really want to give it up to Dr. Oyolate. She does a lot of great work and she's very devoted to every one of you. I know she ran outside right now to talk to the speaker as he leaves, but how cool is it that we have the first Black speaker in the G7 and Canada did that? I think he's right to take the credit and we can take the credit because we voted for him. I think it's also to all of you, each one of you can take the credit for that. When we called upon our community to step up, and the government wanted to have conversations and invest, all of you stepped up. And I don't think we would be able to do our job the way we do and have all these beautiful celebrations if it wasn't for every single one of these contributions. So happy Black History Month again. It's always a pleasure to speak at Black History Month to talk about one of my favorite topics, empowering Black entrepreneurs. Black History Month is usually a time, if you grew up in Canada, how many of you guys grew up in Canada? Went to high school in Canada, middle school, where Black History Month was reduced to just slavery. And I think it's important that we talk about owning that, celebrating entrepreneurs, empowering them, providing the spaces for us to engage and our allies to support us. That is re-owning that history. And it is the continuation of our history. It's a time to honor our resilience, innovation, entrepreneurial spirits of Black Canadians. Some of you know very well that I'm a vocal champion for Black Canadians, including those pursuing their entrepreneurial dreams. And as someone who is a refugee or immigrant to this country, I've worked tirelessly to support Black Canadians succeed in their chosen careers, whether it's entrepreneurship or any other sector. I know firsthand the challenges of the systemic barriers that Black Canadians face. C'est pourquoi je reste une ardente défenseuse des personnes qui ont le besoin, y compris les Canadiens noirs, pour qu'ils puissent accéder aux ressources nécessaires pour les aider à réussir dans leurs efforts. Le fait que les barrières systémiques freinent le sort de la communauté noire au Canada, ce ne sont pas des barrières de nulle part. These are barriers that were constructed. It follows, they can also be dismantled. I think you've shown that. In 2020, our government took an important step towards redressing those inequities by establishing the Black Entrepreneurship Program. But we certainly, as I said earlier, we did not do that alone. It was with every single one of you. Black community and business leaders across the country together with thinkers and academics lit the way forward on a new path. Our approach is three-pronged. It's the Black Entrepreneurship Loan Fund, which is the answer to unlocking capital. It's the Ecosystem Fund, which is in response to the need for connection, mentorship, and support networks like what we're doing today. The Black Entrepreneurship Knowledge Hub, which is our commitment to understanding the reality of Black entrepreneurship. Here, I'd like to make a special mention of the CASA Foundation through the National Ecosystem Fund. CASA Foundation received $4.7 million over 4 years to support Black entrepreneurs. Programs, it is empowering youth and women and spearheading social change within our own communities here in Ottawa and across the country. Since its launch, the Black Entrepreneurship Program has been a game changer, helping over 16,000 Black entrepreneurs access financial resources and business services. These aren't just numbers, they're dreams that have been realized here in Canada. They strengthen our communities and they help us overcome barriers. And I want you to know that our government remains committed to continuing the support of the program. Pendant très longtemps, le racisme systémique a restreint le potentiel entrepreneurial des Noirs et le potentiel sans opportunité est comme une étincelle sans oxygène. But I simply want to ignite the work you're doing that our government is proud to support is about much more than sparkling potential. It's about addressing generations of economic exclusion and recognizing profound contributions that have been historically overlooked. And rest assured, we are committed to continuing to support you. I don't know how many of you were at the Black History Month Gala, I think a few weeks ago. What did I say? What did I say? I'm gonna say, looks like she remembers. She was working in the back. I said, we cannot go back. We will not go back. We cannot accept that. If you look at the impact to come, the impact that we've made today, and I see a lot of young faces in the room, see a lot of young women. This is the future of Canada. And especially right now, in the moment where Canada's facing a threat, an economic threat, we know that we have to be part of those conversations because we were last to begin with. We cannot be last now. So prepare yourselves. Make sure you're at the tables where these conversations are being had. Continue to shine, continue your joy, continue your excellence, and continue to make Canada proud. Thank you so much.
Do it better for her. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Honorable Gabriel, for that. Appreciate you. Thanks for that unflinching support for the community. And absolutely, we are not going back. It's a forward effort. Let's give her another round of applause.
Everyone, so I hope that you are really inspired by the message and also the opening remarks of the doctor. So today, right now, we're going to invite you to listen to one of our artists who will be singing. And in the meantime, we invite you also to start the line to get some food. We have some fresh foods, we have some hot meal. So we invite you to start doing the line, and also we're inviting the artists to join us on this in the meantime. Thank you, everyone.
Well, I see. Forget this.
Going with your lady. Man.
Si tu me du monde entier, tant que l'amour n'aura même matin, tant que mon corps frémira sous tes mains, peu m'importe les problèmes, mon amour, plus que tu m'aimes. J'irai jusqu'au bout du monde, je me ferai teindre blonde si tu me le demandais. J'irai décrocher la lune, j'irai voler la fortune si tu me le demandais. Je renierai ma patrie, je renierai mes amis si tu me le demandais. On peut rien pour moi, je ferai n'importe quoi si tu me le demandais. Si la vie t'arrache à moi, si tu m'aimes, tu sois loin de moi. Si tu m'aimes, I'm not very good.
This is exactly what you get out of Black Excellence, right? It's always fantastic. There's always good food. That's the part I love the most. Yeah. Yes, that's the part I love most. Very soon we're going to move into the next session just to catch your attention. You can try and round up quickly with your chicken. Yeah, if you don't round up your chicken, I'll come and finish that for you. I still have room to consume some more. And again, just a quick recap of our housekeeping. We advise that we keep our mobile phones on silent. Whenever your phone goes off, you're charged $1 plus GST. Yes. And then it doesn't end there. The next penalty is you're supposed to be present for all the Black Excellence nights for the next 25 years. Oh yes, that's your sentence. So $1 plus tax, and your presence here for the next 25 years. You can give yourself a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for staying with us. It's okay to give yourselves a round of applause for staying with us. So we'll keep on enjoying some little music for the next 1 minute, 1 minute and 20 seconds, I'm sure, to be precise. and we can take on the next session. Thank you so much.
And make sure you continue eating. There's a lot of food, so even during the panel, you can come in and come out to grab some food and continue to enjoy this amazing event. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, the sound stopped. I muted the speaker on this end.
Okay.
So, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but the mic is on.
Yeah, the mic is on. Yeah, it's catching sound. So maybe someone just can't hear up there. They can hear us. Okay.
Bonsoir, bonsoir, bonsoir tout le monde. Hi, good evening, everyone. The food is good. I hope you like the music. Hi, everyone. Can you all hear me? No? Hi, everyone. Bonsoir à tous. Bonsoir à tous. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. I hope the food is good. I hope the food is keeping you mouth busy. So right now we're going to have a show from a traditional dance group straight from Portugal. And following that show, we'll have our last panelist who come and talk about some key strategy to have a future-proof life business. Thank you, everybody. Merci.
Can you give it up for her? Can you give it a bigger louder? Can you give it a bigger louder? That was very beautiful, very energetic, very, very African. Appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much for beautiful show, like my colleagues would say. So now we are about to, I know for those who like to take notes, you have your note ready, because we are now about to talk Black business strategies. We're going to talk about our future. We're going to talk about strategies that will make us ready for tomorrow. So in order to do that, we'll be having a panel of two experts with a wonderful moderator that you already know. my colleagues, Chair.
Can you please give us a round of applause? I'm included and I need that applause to mine. That is so kind of you, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, just as Laura mentioned, it's a very amazing part of tonight's gathering. And I would love to catch all of your attention, if you don't mind. I'm very happy. I don't know about you. I'm very excited. And if you're happy and you're excited like me, can I hear you snap your finger? That is amazing. That is great. That is great. Ladies and gentlemen, we're zooming in straight to our roundtable discussion, and I have the honor to introduce the panelists to you. Our first panelist is the regional manager of Black Community Business Development at TD Bank. He is a PhD candidate at the Sprout School of Business, Carleton University, specializing in finance and entrepreneurship, with about 18 years of experience in finance and banking industry. He's grown from starting in branch banking to his current role as regional manager at Community Banking Development, where he serves a large community of Black customers. He moved to Canada as a permanent resident 15 years past, and he pursued his education in Ontario before completing his MBA in the town of Nanaimo, right far in British Columbia. His banking career actually began in Sudbury, Ontario, where he spent 7 memorable years. It was during this time that his passion for community leadership grew significantly. He became the lead for the New to Canada Financial Literacy Program with the Sudbury Multicultural Association and other settlement groups, fostering financial education and empowerment in his community. He's also deeply involved in charitable work. He serves as a board member for a Global District United Way and is the board chairman of Restore Medical Clinic and his Touch Foundation, the first Black clinic and foundation in Ontario. Outside of his profession, Obed is an avid soccer fan and a proud father to 3 boys. And to add up, he's not just a soccer fan, he's a great soccer player. Yes, I've been on the pitch a couple of times with him. He can strike, he can defend, he can be in the middle. So versatile. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to invite over Mr. Obed Boateng. Let's welcome him with a round of applause. Let's do that better for him, for the fine gentleman. What's up first? Welcome, sir. Our second panelist is an assistant professor of Black Youth Studies at the University of Ottawa. She's at the Faculty of Education at the University of Ottawa, like I mentioned. She conducts bilingual research at the intersection of race, disability, gender, and systemic trauma, with a particular focus on education and mental health for Black people, precisely. Her recent work examines Black student trajectory through inclusive and special education, their experiences in STEM, and the institutional policies and practices that shape their post-secondary pathways. She's also into conducting meta-research on health, education, and employment equity, exploring how methodologies, frameworks, and policies influence the lived experience and long-term well-being of Black communities. She's also a community advocate consultant and partner with several organizations such as the Interdisciplinary Center for Black Health, the Quebec Black Community Observatory, the Quebec English-Speaking Community Research Network, as well as the Dissertation Foundation's Research Advisory Board. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome over Tia Collins. Let's do that better for her. We can appreciate the beautiful woman. Tia, you did great. Welcome. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful conversation today. I already have to say it. And welcome. Welcome. We are happy to have you here today. We are happy to have you here this evening. And we're excited that you availed yourself to share your wealth of experience with the whole world from this room starting off. And I know it's going to this conversation to take us to another level. The drive for entrepreneurship, the drive for entrepreneurial growth, will see a different trajectory from the conversation that's going to happen here today. Thank you so much. To zoom in straight, I would want to pick your views on the systemic barriers Black entrepreneurs face in navigating their way through Canada. Any of them can take the floor. So you pick and choose.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Systemic barrier has been something that we have been, we embrace it, not in a way that is going to break us down. The first thing is to acknowledge that it exists. Then we can make strides to be able to change that narration. And one of the things that I was even touched by when Honorable Ariel was speaking, we are not going anywhere, right? So if you have that mindset, then you know this is where you are, and then you'll be able to kind of also move in a direction that will help either this business growth, that will help in that trajectory.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Would you also want to touch on a little bit on considering the fact that we are zooming in on entrepreneurship, systemic issues that's been talked about mostly, largely, funding, what drives entrepreneurship? Would you want to touch base briefly on something like that?
Yeah, thank you very much. So to be able to address or solve these things, I put it into three perspectives. The very first one is strategic alliance. As business entrepreneurs, it is very important that we get the opportunity to connect with these big organizations that are already making it. Talking about, there's a program with Microsoft where you're a startup, you can get a Microsoft suite, and there's also some sort of also grants that comes with it. They teach you, they help you to be able to navigate that space when you are starting. It is very important that we take advantage of all those resources that are available. That's number one. Number two, advocacy. What we are seeing in this room today is a testament to the fact that we want to change the narration. And so, with Honorable Preggers, with Honorable Ariel, they are pushing for change in terms of policy. What we can do to support is if there's an opportunity for board membership anywhere, put your hand up, go there. That is how you can make a change. You can influence the decision making. And then the last one is how we can collaborate and then also be able to support each other. If I cannot do it alone, I should be able to call the next person, join teams, and that is the one thing I've come across in my journey. We want to do everything all by ourselves. It is very important to acknowledge that you cannot go far if you do it alone. Join teams, join people that have those resources that can help you. You have the idea, I have the money, why don't we do it together? It can help and change the course in terms of systemic reason.
Thank you very much. So we need to basically all hands to be on deck. We need to connect, plug into the right places, present ourselves, be on the table for decision making and shifting of the needle to the right directions. Thank you so much. Thank you so much of that. I have one
bits in that area that we don't have too much time, but allow me to. Is there anything you would like to speak of regards to resources, access to such resources that will drive entrepreneurship from your context, from your quarters, the resources that entrepreneurs, the Black space could leverage on? Yeah. So Black entrepreneurs, particularly let me speak for TD Bank, we have what we call the Black Entrepreneurship Credit Access Program that is open to startups that you can leverage to be able to help expand. There are some people that are even here that have been the benefit of them. We have supported organizations, foundations. The Jamaican Association is here, we have worked together before. So make sure you have the connection, and that is the power of networking. You need to know the right people and connect you to the right resources to help you when you are starting. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Keep your questions. We'll move into the Q&A session. Keep them tightly close to yourselves. Don't let anyone take them away from you. Yeah, we'll address all of that. Of course, of course.
Yeah, so I just want to say thank you to the CASA Foundation for the invitation. I'm very happy to be here. I am really happy to see some of my students in the crowd tonight. It's really, really just bringing me a lot of joy. I also just had the opportunity to meet 2 students from Toronto who informed me that they are graduating from their master's program. I'd like to give them a round of applause. They're over there. And so I just want to build on what my co-panelist is talking about, because I'm often in a classroom with students, and when I'm gazing into the class, I'm often seeing the students, the Black students are always sitting at the back. And even when I invite them to the front, they're still very under the radar, laying low, as if they're not sure if they belong there. So what I really want to add to what was just said is that come to the front, not only symbolically, but actually physically take up space. You belong there. Trust me, if you're having doubts about yourself, someone's looking at you and wishing that they were in your shoes. We bring so much innovation and so much creativity. So cast the doubts out. The intentional networking, I can't stress how important that is. For me personally, I am an extreme introvert. I'd rather be in a room by myself. And I have been encouraged to go out, talk to people, meet people, and I've underestimated it for a very long time. It's taken me a really long while to understand. So I want to get that message out there. Even if it's uncomfortable, the key is to come out of your comfort zone.
Thank you so much. That's a very good follow-up. Appreciate that. Come out of your comfort zone and step forward. So this evening, I'm asking all of us to step forward in one way. Are you ready to step forward? So one way we can step forward is to give them their attention. Do you agree? Do you agree? Yeah. The only way we can begin that journey is to give these wonderful people your rapt attention. Let's give them the focus. Let's listen to them. If you have any contribution, we'll give you the opportunity to drop them here, and then we all learn and move on together. So in addition to the house rules, we are bringing in, should I let it out? There's a device in here that we are going to activate. It will pick the decibels of your voice. If it goes beyond the threshold, you pay an additional $1. Is that not too cool? Plus GST. And 25, no, this is 30 years of being bound to be present here at the Black Excellence Night. So please, let's all give them their attention. Give yourselves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much. We're moving into digital issues. So I would
want to ask, what role does digital transformation play in leveling the playing field for Black entrepreneurs? How can businesses effectively leverage tools like SEO, social media, e-commerce to grow their reach and impact in the business space?
All right, thank you. SEO, search engine optimization. So my friends in the tech space can allude to this. But to bring it home, one of the very key things in today's world is leveraging social media. Please don't underestimate that power. It has a long reach, and it's very important that we take advantage of it. And a classical example, there is a bookstore down here that came to us for support. His main aim was to be able to push the agenda for Black authors so that we know the books that are written by Black people. Not only did they succeed in that, they partnered with a social media influencer. Now their books are all over and their sales doubled last year. That is the power of leveraging, social media. We talk about, or we see TikToks and those funny comments, but it draws people's attention. And so it is very important that if a small business owner here, leverage that. Don't think it is something for the 16 and 14-year-olds. We can leverage it and use it as a win for our businesses.
Thank you so much. So we are not only to take the selfies and give the two-finger pose. Yeah, that's for peace, right? Okay, so we can leverage that. Let's allow Madam Tia to also drop his nuggets.
Yes. So what Obed just said reminded me just of my grandfather. So I think I want to answer this question from like a really specific generational sense. So it's making me think of my late grandfather, God rest his soul, that whenever he needed something, he would always call me, Tia, come and work the VCR for me. Tia, come work the CD player for me. Tia, come work the stupid TV, which she means smart TV. But so the point is, as time went on, and how we're experiencing technological advances right now, I was finding myself taking the place of my grandfather, asking my daughter to do many things for me because they were too complicated, and realizing that if I don't keep up with what is happening, then I love my grandfather, but I don't want to be like him in that sense. So I think it's really important for all of us to keep up, especially when we're talking about systemic barriers. If we are not keeping up with technology, then we are just reinforcing those barriers. And that's just one thing less that we have to worry about. In my own practice, we're talking about social media, e-learning, virtual learning. There is just so much at our disposal right now. And so I think we need, when we're talking about addressing systemic barriers, we need to be doing everything. So even if things are looking scary or new, it's really important for us to invest the time to learn about all of the tools that are at our disposal.
Thank you so much. So that sounds more like to say social media is a level playground kind of. That leaves it all right. Yeah, more like that. Thank you so much for that. We're still around innovation, and we want to know what innovative strategy can Black-owned businesses adapt to diversify revenue streams and tap into new markets such as global exports or tech-driven sectors. What innovative strategies?
So if you are a small business here, John just left the room, but there is an opportunity for you. Carleton University Black Entrepreneurship Hub, they have one of their big projects, it's called System Mapping, where they want to put all the Black businesses, let's say, on an app. So if you just type, let's say, Black Doctor in Ottawa, it will give you the pinpoint of where these Black doctors are. Easy for you to find. I'm looking for a Black restaurant. I want to buy and support my fellow person. I should be able to find someone that is in my community that sells that. So if you are not on it, I will encourage you to find a way to connect with them. be on that systemic mapping so that you recognize, because the online advertisement is going to be like enormous. People can reach you from anywhere. Somebody in Toronto is traveling here for vacation because there's Parliament Hill, and they just search black-owned restaurant. Your name will pop up, or they are looking for something in the black space. They put it in this mapping, your name will come up, and that will help you to say increase your revenue stream as well. So take advantage of such things in that space.
Thank you so much, Mr. Watson, for that information. Appreciate it. I hope you're keeping your questions. You're not listening to anyone. Yeah, keep it tight. Guard them with jealousy. Okay. Okay. Now, we also want to. We're curious to know. We want to know the role Black entrepreneurs and leaders play in shaping the next generation of business owners. What's your thought on that? If you were at the Black Heritage Month, it was all about leadership, legacy. I mean, the Black community has been doing a lot. There's a lot of innovations, a lot of happenings that the Black community has actually led. What do you think leadership in that space, the role they will play regards in shaping the next generation business owners?
I think all of us here should start at home. One of the things I see in my line of business is we don't talk about financial literacy with our kids. What is even budgeting? Allow them to explore. When it's summer, let them start the lemonade stand. Know how to collect $1 and change. Give them a quarter to give it to somebody. Those little skills help them to think. We don't just get money from the skies. It is as a result of doing something. It will kind of take the entrepreneurial thinking to know that if I come up with something that is a need in the community, I will get people to buy in. That is where businesses start. And so let's start from our real schools. Get the kids involved from the early stages. If you find yourself in the opportunity to influence policy, please do. If you know someone that is competent enough, refer them. I know this person here who can help. If I cannot do it, as no mean we don't have a Black competent person, that possibility. Let's push ourselves, because that is the only way we can get to the table and influence things from that perspective.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm still on leadership. Want to add something?
Yeah, I just want to add something. So I think we also have to model healthy leadership, because a point that I wanted to drive tonight was that in every space, I dabble in many spaces. So whether it's entrepreneurship, STEM, social sciences, whenever I'm in Black spaces, I'm always hearing this one mantra that's coming up always, that we have to work twice as hard to get half as far. And I think at some point we need to disrupt this notion, because it is taking a toll. I'm also working a lot in the field of mental health, and it just is taking a really big toll. And I think that we can accomplish both. We can be successful in everything that we do without driving ourselves into the ground, and without pushing the message to our children that we have to do more than everybody else. So I think in this way, just bringing mental health and just general health to the forefront of our priorities in finding this balance with success, I think that we really need to put more attention on that.
Something to this back. Please, when you get the opportunity, we are not just going there to add to the numbers. We need to make a difference. Know that your failure is going to close the door for the next 100 Black people. If you have this at the back of your mind, put all your efforts in, deliver, so that you are not there as a mere representation, but someone that is competent enough to help change.
Thank you so much. So we're going to make a difference. We have to work smart. We need to have a great balance, and start to help inculcate
the leadership acumen in the generation that's coming. Is that correct? All right, thank you so much. I hope you have your questions on that area too. We're going to take the last topic, and it goes like this: how does representation in leadership roles and entrepreneurship impact the growth and success of Black businesses? How does representation in leadership roles? I think we kind of spoke a little bit about it. Do you have anything more to add up to that? We are all leaders in our own way, right? In our various ways in the house. Some of us are parents, fostering. Any way that you find yourself, see yourself as a leader, that change agent in that space. Having that resilience mindset, it's going to be critical as well. We are born to win. Like the Honorable Minister said, we are not going anywhere. This is where we are. And so if you have that toughness, whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve. And I think that is going to help us, Black people, to win in this space. Thank you so much. Forward ever, backwards never. Forward ever, backwards never. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are zooming straight to the Q&A session. We'll pass around the microphone. Thanks for your kindness. So the beautiful woman here will come around. If you have a question, give her a round of applause for me. Yeah, just raise your hands up. And then...
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the information you have provided to us. And I appreciate what CASA Foundation is doing, bringing all these wonderful people together to share ideas, to learn. One of the things that I wanted to put forward as probably part of the future for CASA Foundation is the little ones that are not here. I'm originally from Africa, and I have a child who has the consumption mindset. We are always buying stuff, even from the younger stage, right? We have to change the mindset from consumption to investment, even at a young level, because that is what distinguishes us from other people. Because our younger people are looking at buying the trendiest shoes, the trendiest suits and the trendiest clothing they can ever find, right? It is time for us to start changing their mindset, to the investment culture, because that is what is going to outlast us.
Thank you very much, Garba. So just when you were talking, to make it a lot more relatable to the kids, the panelists were saying the kids are looking to buy games, gaming apps. So instead of creating the games, coding to get the games out, production, they love to buy. So that's an area to think about to get the younger generations to reposition their mindset. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm really happy to be here. Mr. Watson, I have a question. Well, I have something to ask you. Okay, so when it comes to money, I could be either frugal or I could be overspending. I have a background in self-insurance for the basic NBC, and but at the same time, I'm still good at saving. So since you are already ahead, we think, I would like to see if I can have an opportunity with you to further my skills to better my future. Because of course, we do have new owners here and they're somehow intimidated or lost. I was there before. And as you did mention about the lemonades, I don't think it needs to start with the age, but anyone that has the guts to start a business, they should go out there and do it. But some of us, we're scared, we're lost. But you guys you're there and you know what we can do, what we can provide. So I would really, if you don't mind, I would really want to get more in touch with you so that I can better my sense of that, if that's okay with you. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead. Jamaican here. My question is, how do we tap into the import-export? I think that Ottawa is very small, and I think that we've gotten to the global economy, but I don't see the Black community getting into the global economy. I see the white people going to Africa and getting into mining and all that sort of stuff. I see them going to the Caribbean. But how do we as the Black community, because we do have the connections, but we're not connecting to the motherland. We're not connecting to the Caribbean. We were just being very local. So how do we become global?
Elaine, thank you very much. So in terms of going global, one of the key things is having your research done. Know the market in which you're going. That's number one. So for instance, when I walked in today, I got a chance to connect with the Zambian High Commission. Every High Commission here have a trade desk. So if you want to find information, easy. I want to go to Zambia. Write to them an email. There's a trade desk. Book an appointment. Go talk to them. They will give you the inside information, but now you're actually traveling to Zambia. That is one of the things. You need to do your market research very well. Know the destination which you are going. That is the first point. Secondly, once you know where you are going, then you connect with the right resources that can help you. Export Development Corporation, EDC, they are really, really, really good at that. Those are our partners that we work with when it comes to trade and its related matters. They help us with our customers in terms of understanding what they need to look out for, what they need to these specific markets. And so, again, know the right people at the right places. That will be able to connect you. But your research, market research, is going to be key for you to be successful. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm gonna get closer because fantastic when you told us to get outside of our comfort zone, and this is definitely way out of my comfort zone. I have a question for you, and hopefully you can answer me, but if anyone else in the room can answer me this, I would be gladly listening. You are telling us to get out here and to do these things, but from the examples we've seen in the past, people who get out there and they show their brilliance, they are stopped in some ways that we do not appreciate, we don't want to see. You are encouraging us to go outside of social media to do all this, but we could see the people who did go outside of their comfort zone in other parts, not just business. Get bullied, become suicidal, and some of them did that. Now you're telling us to do it in something where we are bringing money to us, knowing how it happened in the past when Black people got together and did that. You could say, okay, that was a long time ago, the problems that were there are no longer there, but we love them well that they're here. So how are you telling us to show our brilliance on social media when people can access our IP and see where we live? You're telling us to join an app that will announce where our Black businesses are, phone and addresses, knowing that anybody can access those things and come to those places knowing they're going to find those people. How can we get outside of this fear that is constant? I love what this lady just said. Why are we invading video games when we know the effects of video games on children and want our children to go there? When the people who are doing this cannot even let their children use them? Why are we encouraging Black people to do that? Because you're right, because the business they're investing in are business. So tell us the truth. What should we do? What is, because I am so grateful that we are here, that what we're saying, everyone can hear it and can understand our pain. And I'm glad that we're in the history of Black History Month, whatever that means. And I'm sure it means something great. And they add more years for this 2028 African descendants stuff. But I'm getting somewhere. Are you Are you giving us the advices we truly need or that are nice to hear? Because
Where are you going? Where are you leaving? Okay, before I get into an answer, I just want to tell you that you are so beautiful. So special, your energy is so big. So you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is be yourself, okay? You came up to me earlier and you told me like my outfit and I look so good. But let me tell you, like out there, I'm still dealing with everything that you're talking about, okay? So I've been working in my university for 2 years now. I can go and dress like this and somebody will ask me if I'm the administrative staff, if I'm the secretary, if I'm, the cleaner, like I get asked that monthly. So I still have to deal with those things. But then there's always somebody like you who comes up to me and reminds me why I'm there. Because I would have been gone a long time ago. I don't need the stress. I don't need insults. I don't need the degradation. But there are many students like you who just like, they're always reminding me. So thank you for coming, because every single time it happens, it builds me up and it makes me want to do more. And I think we all have a responsibility to just keep it up, keep showing up for each other. So when you're talking about the dangers, and like, I'm not equipped to counsel you on how to use social media. I'm barely learning it myself. So, but when you're talking about the dangers, it's real. That's also real, because I teach a lot of courses on decolonialism, on anti-racism, and I've been getting threats. People have tried to find out where I live. So it's a dangerous world for us, but I mean, are we going to walk in fear, or are we going to walk in our greatness? So we just have to, again, keep reminding each other, keep telling each other how beautiful we are, how powerful we are, and keep coming to the front. Thank you for coming to the front.
Thank you so much. Next question.
Hello. Good evening. Yes.
Okay. Your name?
My name is Tiano Diallo. So I'm just trying to answer the question in terms of social media threats. The first thing you have to do is to be a law-abiding citizen. Don't see the threat as a black person, as a Canadian. We lead by the movement. Reach out to the ICMP, to the police, and also notify your colleagues and friends. Because if they're targeting you, that means they're targeting some bad person. That's why when I see here it says black excellence, I'm just asking myself, why we don't have a Canadian flag? Because this is not just black, it's black Canadian. And one thing we have to keep in mind, we don't have black communities as, like, let's say, in the South or other places. Canadian blacks are spread out everywhere. We don't have a community in itself. So we have to grow this organization. But let's make it as a Canadian. It's not just black from Africa, from Jamaica. It is typical Canadian. That's why when you said we're here, are we back? So let's not think about going back. When somebody asks you where you're from, first answer you have to give is where you're from. You're from home. If it isn't Gatineau, tell them it's Gatineau. You have to accept I'm a part of this society. I'm a Canadian. The only thing that unites us is the Canadian flag. Accept that first, then ask me the next question. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very detailed. I love it. And from below.
Hello, good. Oh, may I? Good evening, good night, good morning. So my name is Felix. I've been educated for 10 years. I'm in my 5th year in the film industry now. I have a question for both of you guys. Thank you for being in touch.
Many young entrepreneurs, especially in creative fields like film and music, struggle with both business knowledge and financial support. So how can banks and universities work together to bridge that gap?
I think it's financial literacy. We need to help them. We need to start teaching them and get partner with one of these banks that will come in and offer like a lecture. I do that quite a bit, so if you want to leverage that, definitely. The bank wants to be able to be seen as not just business oriented, but some institution that will help change the narration. And that is one of the things why my role was created, to be able to let people know that it is not just the talk, but we actually work in it. I am one of 6 in the whole country, so I cover Greater Ontario region. If you go to any other bank, they may have a strategy, but you have a person sitting down like me, you may not find. That is the change, that is the difference that we are making. So leverage the resources available, and we are more than happy to be able to come and talk to these kids.
I'll just add, very similar in terms of universities. However, it's very hidden, and so you're not going to see big publicity that resources are available. You actually have to go and dig for it. It's there. It's really, the funding is there, the resources are there, but no one ever tells you. So you have to pray and look for the resources. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to I don't know. Don't be afraid to demand, because there's actually so much available. There are a lot of times when we are doing stuff targeted for Black students, but we can't find the Black students and they can't find us. So all of us have to be doing more to kind of connect and network, coming back to the intentional networking.
Thank you.
Can I have the mic? Hi everyone, my name is Kimberly Teva. So I wanted to ask a follow-up question to the question that she just asked. So as bank, so this is specifically for the banking and the financial sector. So you have programs like the funding for Black communities, but as an individual, if I want to access those funds today, what do I do? Do I need to go to the teller and ask the teller to put in touch with someone, or do I have to go to LinkedIn, find someone in the queue and connect with? What's the procedure so that we can actually take those steps?
So first, you have me here. I'll do my card widely. So that part is solved. However, if you want to connect with, let's say you are not here and you want to connect, you mentioned a couple of things. LinkedIn is very good to start. You can also even do a Google search, Black, business advisors, and surely try it right now. My name should pop up. You will see my name. It's search engine optimization. The bank has done that any Black business that want to connect with a Black advisor in Ottawa, just try. Go to Google, just try, and you will see that my name will pop up. Connect with me, and I'll be able to assist.
So is that all? Do we have any? The last two. Okay. Don't worry. You will be overrepresented very soon. The microphone is coming.
Hi, my name is Jane, originally from Ottawa, Canada. So we were working like maybe 10 years ago here in Ottawa, and we're trying to encourage Black people to do entrepreneurship, because we had reported that people had done the 40, the mythical 40 resumes per week, and they weren't even getting invited to an interview. So, but we also know that out of the 250 million that was given to FACE, not much of which has been dispersed. And we don't know what's going to happen if the liberals lose the government. Is that money going to go back, or what's going to happen? So, and I'm talking to you as a financial advisor or helping Black entrepreneurs. What are we doing wrong that we are not accessing this money? What do we need to do? Again, my sister, we can go and talk to them, but then sometimes once you present, you don't qualify. So the question of we get not qualified to get the money. So we need to know what are we doing wrong. And I know people have said, oh, I'm a nurse, I'm so afraid of CRA, they'll come for me, all that sort of things. But when we know that back home, our parents had another job, another business that they carried apart from their official employment, that's the only way to survive. So it is okay to have multiple levels of income. So tell us, what are we doing wrong? What do we need to do to access any money that is available? Advisors, because I've also been told that when you're a small entrepreneur, you don't necessarily attract a lot of tax. You're not, people are like, oh, who can understand this? This is not back home, so we have to stop the back home thing. And here you tell us what we need to do here in Canada, because this is where we belong, this is where we stay, this is where we live, and we are Canadians.
All right, can you give it up for the Canadian? Thank you so much, Jane. I am not a panelist, but it looks as if all eyes on me, they're kind of deferring the question to me.
Because you represent the face.
And I'm happy to do that. I'm very happy to do that. So I work with FACE, in charge of portfolios in Ontario. So it really, I know you shot that question at me. I know. Anyway, so with regards to the funding, gracefully, with regards to the recent budget, there actually was some, it was augmented. The approval now is around $180 million for the Black Entrepreneurship Fund, which faces fronting. And as much as I know, as much as I'm well informed, the tenure for the funds have actually been extended. So there's an extension, that's good news. So policy-wise, we are covered as Black entrepreneurs, which is comforting. When we move into the crux of your question, how or what do we need to know to be able to access that fund? I'll take it from the point of what we don't do right, reasons why we are unable to access the funding. I think once we find the challenge, we can easily resolve it. It starts from record keeping. Every lender would like to see a business, an entrepreneur that is keeping the right records. Because if I give you the funds and you're unable to track the inflows, you're unable to track the outflows, you cannot be able to track your repayment. And this is a loan fund. We need to run it sustainably so that 10 years to come, I'm trying to, if there has to be anything, any change in policy around this loan fund, it would not be on the fact that there was high delinquency. If there has to be anything, it should not be on the background that the loans were not paid back because the businesses did not flourish or they did not stand the test of time. So one thing to realize in FACE is that most of the small Black businesses or Black entrepreneurs who don't get an approval do not keep the right records. They come in not having, they don't even know the amount of sales they made the last year. They cannot project into the next 2, 3, 4 years to know that they could be able to repay the loan. That is one major challenge. 2, our Black entrepreneurs have too much good relationship with their accountants. They love their account. I know where, you know where I'm heading towards when it gets to the tax season. We see Black businesses, sorry to say, plunging the businesses into losses for the past 5 years. Negative 20, from 2019 up until now, you're making losses. Which funder or lender would want to say yes to you? Obviously, your business does not have prospects. You understand? So let us not just think of taxes, trying to lower the bottom line in order not to pay taxes or pay lower taxes. Let us be fair to the system. The taxes run the country. If we really see this as home, then let us contribute equitably to home. By declaring the right taxes, it comes back to support us because we want to see the business is doing good. If it's doing good, you get the funds. So majorly, these two things start. And last but not least, the Black entrepreneur does not, most of them that get declined, or all of them. Yeah, business plan. The business plan lacks a lot of meat. It comes with a lot of bones. You understand? Reduce everything in your own business plan and guard your credit jealous. This is a system that runs on credit. There's a system that runs on the calibrations of your TransUnions or whatever. But we are not too diligent with managing our credit scores. We are not diligent in doing that. You go in for loan, we run the score, and you're way below the threshold. It doesn't position you favorably. So these three things, major, from my point of view as sitting on the desk, if we're able to take care of these items, I believe we can draw down as much as we can. The funds are sitting down. As I think out of the 160 million, we have done about close to 30 million. So look at the gap. So thank you so much for the opportunity to explain this position. I appreciate you. Give her a round of applause. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, since we are done listening and talking, we will say a very big thank you to the panelists for the invaluable. The club sees it all. The club sees it all. We appreciate you, Professor Tia Collins and Mr. Obed Boateng. We know whenever we call on you, you're here to represent, you're here to show forth, you're here to be on the table to move the wind of change. Thank you and bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, all too soon we are nearing the beginning of the end of tonight's engagement. Let me see by hand if you enjoyed this session. Okay. Let me see by the other hand if you enjoyed the food. I have both hands up. I enjoyed it. Give Casa Foundation a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
On behalf of the Casa Foundation team and the Honorable Minister Rich Valdez, we want to thank you for joining us today. And we're hoping that you will get your ticket for next year and you'll be able to continue to contribute to this annual event. Having you today is what makes this event so rich. And having your neighbor, your Black neighbor, even your non-Black neighbor, is going to make this even richer. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much. So that was Lua Lumbala, and my name is Derek Abuede. It was wonderful having you. Have a good night, and see you here next year, 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take some pictures. We're going to have a photo session, and we're going to take the pictures at the backdrop, right at the entrance or the exit. Okay.
Your picture taking is ongoing actually. Oh, wow, wow. There's gonna be a performance. There's gonna be a performance from our resident artist with the pianoist. We appreciate you. So ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to network. This is a time to network. Go around, take at least 10 connects tonight, and make sure you have fun. Let's take some pictures, nail our faces down memory lane, and meet again next year. Thank you.
I hope you all are having a great evening. I just want to take a few minutes out of your time to just speak about one of our programs that we run at CASA. It's called the Black Advisory Hub. So if you're a business owner looking to get more training for your business, hello. Please, I'm just taking a few minutes, okay? I know everyone is tired and wants to go home. I just want to talk about one of the programs that we have at CASA Foundation. It's called the Black Advisory Hub program. I'm letting lots of business owners here, people that are looking for funding for their business, for more training as well. And this is a great program for you. We're actually starting a new cohort in March. We run a 14-week program where we have participants from different organizations to come and train on marketing, finances, business plan workshops as well. It's also an opportunity for you to pitch your business. So we give funding from $5,000 up to $10,000 for your business. So if you are interested in that, you can see me at the desk at the front to sign up for that, and I'm happy to help. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Have a great evening.